We are down to our final 3 days left for you to get entered to win our G56 6-speed Cummins plus this 10 grand. Our deadline is this Thursday, February 29th, so you don't have long. Make sure you guys go to wrenchworks.com. Purchasing anything on the website automatically gets you entered to win that truck. Don't miss out. We'll see you there. Windows down, baby, because it is 80 degrees here in Texas. I don't know if I'm ready for this, honestly. I'm really excited. As long as we get fuel in this thing, because we have no fuel. I feel like it's gonna take every bit of energy in me to just not, from every stoplight, just run through the gears. All right, so, hasn't been driven in over a year. Touched about every nut and bolt on the truck. Good to go. Oh, Brian's behind us, that's why. That's good. That's good. Brian's behind us, just in case. Well, here we go, boys. Some fuel in this thing before we run out of fuel. The turbo's so loud. Oh, buddy, she's motivated. She gotta go. Gotta go. All right, we've got fuel. Oh my God.
I don't remember how firm these shifts are, but I've only felt a 1-2.
I can't remember how it drove before. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
But the trans tuning hasn't changed, so it should be the same. I'm gonna try and take a right here so we can. I think the highway is a little bit to the right.
I mean, it did 1, 2, 3 in your burnout.
There will be bugs.
Yes, there will.
All right, let me try and manually shift it, I guess.
All right.
See what it does. Like, it's not actually manually. That's 42. Like, is it starting in first? Feels like it is.
Feels like it is.
Let me just take it out of manual. Like, that was only one shift, right?
Right. it feels like it's going first to third. And then staying in third.
It definitely shifted through the burnout though, I thought.
I did too.
Let's take a look at this thing in the car wash. Right there. Maybe it just needs to get beat a little more. Going 1 to 4.
It's so interesting.
Time to call some people. It's weird because when I did the burnout right here, I felt like it was. Can I do that again? Like right in here, or is that doing over there?
I maybe heard one.
I wasn't doing it when I was telling you. I thought I felt 2. Fans are on now.
Really? What about trans fan?
Yeah. All right. Fans are working. So we do have working fans, which I thought we weren't having working fans. Turns out it's just not hot enough for them to kick on. So fans are working. Really, I think we're down to, with those 2 things working, we got to just fix some reverse lights, which I think it's just the bulbs. And then we may have a trans problem. I mean, well, okay, let me rephrase. We definitely have a trans problem. So on 07.5 to 09s, the engine tuning and the trans tuning are actually separate. I don't know why. I feel like we're going 1st to 4th. I don't know why. Like, the transmission was working before we took it apart. All we did was really just put a different cooler in the back. The transmission fluid is good. Time to make some phone calls to people who know a little bit more than me. The only thing that I can think of right off the bat is we did have the TCM or the PC, I forget, the computer on the firewall like second gens have. We did have that unplugged. We did not do anything with the wiring for that. So really, the transmission was honestly the last thing I think thought we were gonna have problems with. After I beat the crap out of it, I'm not sure, but as far as like functioning wise, I'm not really sure. So I'm not sure if like unplugging those for a long period of time, maybe we lost something in there, or we might just have an actual mechanical problem. Either way, the transmission is getting replaced. Is it wise to drive around on 1st to 4th? Probably not. Are we still gonna do it this weekend? Probably. But hopefully we can get it fixed. So other than that, first test drive, 2 thumbs up. I mean, it is an absolute blast to drive, even with only 2 gears. Turbo, it's turning heads everywhere. So let's see if we can't maybe like unfold some things here by the end of the day, and we'll go from there.
It doesn't matter if it shifts as long as it doesn't burn out.
As long as it does a burnout, the transmission can just get lost, honestly. All right, well, unfortunately, it wasn't as easy as flipping the bulbs on the reverse lights, so I'm not exactly sure why the reverse lights aren't working either. Is it a coincidence? I'm not really sure.
Sounds like it's lent out.
Okay, so...
you have a scan tool you can throw on it, see if there's any codes?
Yeah, there's a truck shop right actually, right over there. We should just go pop over there. Okay. Like, is there anything in there for the transmission?
Yeah, we got 2 codes. Gear ratio error in first, and lost communication with anti-brake module.
Can you clear all that stuff out?
I don't know how long it'll stay cleared out,
Yeah.
but I can...
Just because I've had the wiring completely out of the truck,
Yeah.
and like this is the first time it's ever had to go shift or run.
Yeah.
So if we can just clear it out and maybe see what comes back. I'm just trying to see if it'll go through the gears like normally. The list is a mile long.
Oh yeah, dude. You got like...
That's fine. Those are all optional.
All optional.
Yeah, just clear all.
We don't need them.
Control Alt Delete. All right, let's go see if it shifts.
I would try it.
All right, let's go see if it shifts. All right, we'll keep you posted. Thank you, buddy.
Let me know, man.
Fingers crossed. I knew there was gonna be. I mean, we've got stuff missing and not here. We'll know right away. Okay, that's a good shift, I think. Maybe? Nope. I guess something's just not happening. I mean, let's go hook back up to it and see what came back.
Yeah.
It still ain't shifting.
Still ain't.
I was just gonna see if one transmission code popped up.
Same two codes. Gear ratio error in first and lost communication with anti-brake module.
Is that the only transmission one?
Yeah.
I wonder if I messed up when like I got it all back together and like we went and just did that. If I should have just went out and tried to like relearn it. If I just got like really pissed because I just went right into a burnout instead
Yeah,
of like.
I saw that.
Because I didn't. Maybe I should have just drove it normally.
Let me clear the code and see if I can get the relearn done before the code pops back up.
So basically, is this transmission that came in this truck just like all of a sudden?
It might be poo-poo.
It might be poo-poo after like one little. I mean, Michael's burnout was great in it.
If you clear a code on something like that, and
It
comes
shouldn't
back
pop back
instantly,
on until
then
you-
it's electrical.
Yeah. It shouldn't pop back on until you run that truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this thing's had wiring problems since the day that I've started touching it, and I know specifically like the trans harness. I did not take out of another truck. I fixed stuff in already. Like there was wiring issues with that, and I'm pretty sure I had to like fix a pin or something on that harness. Right, so before we get too far on our diagnosis here, you guys have known about all of the wiring issues that this truck has had previously. Regrettably, one of the harnesses that I decided to repair to the best of my ability was this trans harness that runs up the back of the firewall and into the wiper cowl now that, of course, we had to hide. So what I've been doing is I've taken everything off the transmission side. I didn't see anything really noticeable, and that's kind of what I'm hoping at this point, that I just see something completely broken and frayed. I don't have any wiring diagrams to kind of ohm everything out, but that harness does come up into here, which I've taken this completely apart, and we're getting ready to drop the plug out of here so I can just remove that entire harness, because that harness was messed up, was fixed, and we now have an issue, and we don't have reverse lights. So we're kind of thinking that I might be in that harness, and I'm going to pull that out and just kind of see if it's there. Again, wires do run all through here and over to that computer as well. So whether we're going to be able to fix it completely or not, to be determined, but I'm going to pull that harness out, unloom it all, and hopefully we can see something obvious, and we're just going to keep going. But that's kind of like where we're at. We got a little rock crawler mode going on here, looking straight, ready to hit the malls. So let's pull this harness out, see what we can find. Unfortunately, no good news. Last time we caught up, we were checking the harness that goes from the transmission up into the wiper cowl, and according to our little test, as far as like just making sure there is continuity between connector to connector, which seemed like everything was good. I was actually more skeptical about that harness than any of the rest of the wiring in the truck, but that seemed to be okay. I don't see anything else anywhere that I can see. I took the inside of the TIPM apart. I took all this apart. I undid stuff. I redid stuff. I checked through everything that I could without any diagrams or schematics. At this point, we're gonna see if undoing everything and just checking everything out and putting it back together is gonna fix it. Because, you know, sometimes that does happen. So we're gonna lower this thing down, and I at least need to drive it to make sure that it's back to the condition that it was beforehand, even though it wasn't completely good. Because we could have a transmission issue inside the transmission. Dawson was actually editing the last video, and when we backed it in here, we confirmed that I did manually shift it through the first 3 gears. After that is when it didn't work, right after that, our first test drive. So it did actually shift through first, second, and third, and then the problem occurred after that. So wiring, I'm not sure. I mean, when the engine torqued up, maybe it did happen to do something there. I'm not sure, but I don't really see that. Like, it didn't have that much load on the truck. It was only like a really small burnout. So it could be something inside the transmission. It could be something inside the valve body. We have no history on that transmission whatsoever. Realistically, we're out of time. It's the night before we're supposed to leave, and that's kind of where we're at with what we're able to do kind of right this second. So we're gonna lower it down and see where we're at. Oh, poor Shorty, but we're gonna make the best of it. Well, we're gonna go for a test drive, see if anything changed.
The drive felt nicer.
Oh, it didn't like lunge.
It didn't lunge.
It didn't lunge. That's a little different. It was lunging before, but it is cold temperature. Really curious to see if temperature changes anything with the shifts. You know, it's a fresh build. It's a fresh build. It happens, people, okay? Things and stuff. That's a seatbelt light, don't worry. Shifted. Shifted. Got a bug right here. What is that, fourth right now? They're locked up. There's a gear. Yep. Does it when it's warm. Okay, we've confirmed it's not my wiring. That was my foot.
Okay.
Did that scare you?
Yeah, I was like, what was that?
Hold on. Oh, the headlight. Are the headlights on?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Okay, there they are. God, I just want to give her the beans right now, just to be mad. But I'm like, I don't want to break you before we get to use you. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Man, this thing got some pull.
Oh, bro, I'm not even joking, because everybody says, I'm like, bro, that's like maybe like 25-30%. Like, I'm trying to not.
Yeah,
as soon as you lug it, the trains is gonna get really pissed. I just want to do one right here, right now. Should we not? Should we save it? We should save it. We should save it for daylight, just in case something like.
Yep.
I really just want to keep driving it, honestly. Baby girl, she just needs a transmission. We already knew that.
Brother.
Boys and girls, Daddy's back. Well, 4,500, there's no limiter at 4,500. Must be up pretty high.
We can find it though.
You want to?
I'd love to. Maybe it's got a hard limiter. So it'll do pops and bangs.
Golly, I want to, but I also would love to just keep the flex plate bolts in the transmission, because I don't trust anything that has to do with the transmission in this thing. Lord have mercy. I'm so unhappily happy right now.
Hey, it
It just shifted right there.
Oh, man.
Okay. Gonna leave this sucker right here.
Tell me the trans ain't acting right.
We just broke it.
We definitely just broke something.
Oh my god, damn it!
That sound good.
Oh, it just broke.
Oh, you just threw the belt.
Yay! It was just the
It
belt!
was just the belt. That
I-
sounded way worse.
I don't know why the belt just did that, but...
Maybe 5,000 RPMs at dry rev? That might have
Okay,
some.
we're done until we're putzing around at LST. I'm done.
How bad is the trans?
It shifted fine.
It's perfect.
It's a heat thing, and wow, I just...
Greg was all
Hi,
mad.
nice to meet you. I'm Greg. I like to...
Brake shit.
Brake
You
shit.
shredded that belt.
Oh yeah, she gone. I don't even know where she is.
Well, there's part of it.
Oh, all right.
Give
Very
it-
much.
Save that for the kids. There's more of it down there. I thought the trans was
I thought the flex plate
Screwed.
was just...
I
Look
thought.
at that. Did you see I didn't use the F word? That's
Yeah.
for you guys.
Thank you.
I thought the trans was just screwed and Greg was mad and he was showing me rev limiter.
No, I was just trying to party. I was happy. That was a happy ride.
That was a happy rev?
We had just talked about
So-
RPMs and flex plate
we were
bolts.
just being like, I wonder where the RPM limiter's set on this thing, and it was just like, oh, let's not find it. And then you walk out, and it was just like game over.
He decided to find
looked
it.
at it.
And I honestly, I thought the flex plate just left the chat
Yeah,
right
it sounded
there.
pretty rough.
I am hard on stuff that I would just it deserves it. Okay.
You buy 2 t-shirts.
How late is Orion? Shameless plug of the video. Go to wrenchworks.com so we continue to absolutely beat the crap out of things and put
You
them
should
back
cut
together.
this belt up and give it in.
I'll sign it in little segments. Who wants a belt from the Shorty? The first, well, it wouldn't be the first problem that we've had with it, but
Here, I'll take that.
here you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Get that. You gotta cut that up.
What time is it? Oh, it's,
Like
it's late.
1 o'clock.
O'Reilly's is not open.
O'Reilly's
Yeah.
not open.
O'Reilly's is not open. Okay.
Steal the one off my Shorty.
Let's,
You got AC on there?
I'm trying to think of what would... Okay, we can start this without it actually, let's just make sure it's fine. Well, to be continued, the first test drive of the Shorty in a nutshell. Well, the first 2 or 3. Should we just close the video out here? That's pretty much it. Well, stay tuned for the next video where we try to get a belt, which shouldn't be a problem. Find a crank sensor that might be a problem. Load for LST, get to LST, and have a good time.
Show off green bean. 'Cause
Show off green
that
bean.
thing is perfect.
Green bean's perfect. And it's going to stay that way, I promise.
No
The
belts.
only thing we do these things with is my own stuff. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much a wrap. Shorty, first test drive or 2, complete, in the books. We've got some things to work out. We already kind of knew that. It is a big project. It always will be. It's the same way the 05 was. We take it apart, we put it back together, we break it, we fix it. That's the name of the game. That's what we do. I'm not upset. Things happen. The truck will never stay absolutely 100% perfect, but I'm glad that it wasn't a wiring problem. It's probably in the transmission, most likely, which we were going to replace anyway. So I will still call that test drive a success, even though it's kind of a weird way to describe success. But anyway, make sure you guys get entered in the latest giveaway. It's ending very, very soon, at the end of February, 29th, I believe, the last day of February. That's going to wrap it up. We'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. Bye.